Hi everyone, my name's Danny. I'm a trainer here at the University of Bath, and today I thought I'd go over another stretch that I commonly do in my yoga classes, my yoga videos, and that you might want to perfect as a warm-up or some post-workout stretching. And it's a glute medialis and hip stretch, or in the yoga terminology, it's a pigeon or swan derivative. Okay? So you might have done this before, but I'll give you some tips on how to scale it up and scale it down, make it easier, make it harder, and some pointers as to how to get the most out of it. Okay? So to start with, you'll need comfortable floor space, somewhere that's not too cold, somewhere that's warm for your joints and your unstretched muscles. Okay? I'm using a cross mat here, but you don't need that. You just need a nice bit of carpet, something to protect your joints from hard floor. Okay? Once you've got your floor space and your comfortable loose clothing, you're going to start in, as always, a hands and knees position with your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips, about hip width apart. Okay? And as always, I like to do a little bit of a warm up for the lower back and the upper back. So take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, round your back and relax your neck between your arms. Breathing in, and we're arching the back, pulling the shoulder blades back, sticking the chest out. Let's do another breathe out, around the back, and return to a neutral position. So you're back in that box shape. Okay? We're going to start by taking the right foot back, followed by the left foot, and you're in a press-up position. Okay? This already might feel a little bit taxing, but we're going to come to the legs in a moment. We're going to take your right leg and sweep it underneath on its side. Okay, so my right foot is now pointing up and to the side. My left knee is on the ground. And I've got quite a bit of distance between my hips and the ground right in the middle there as well. We're going to try and lessen that in a minute. So you're going to feel that stretch on the right side. Your hands are on the floor, which are lifting your upper body. Untuck your left foot and really relax that front leg. You're going to start to feel that stretch getting a little bit deeper. To make it harder and to get closer to the floor, tuck your back toe and slide that left knee back a little more, and you'll feel yourself getting closer to the ground here. As always, breathing through the belly. In breath, belly expands. Out breath, belly pulls in. It's going to help to lengthen your muscles and get deeper into that stretch position. Okay, once you've been here for a fair amount of time, holding a minimum of 10 to 15 seconds, you can start changing things up a little bit. So let's try keeping the legs exactly the same, but dropping down onto the elbows. Now focus a little bit more about the hinge you've just done in your hips. Bring your belly closer to the ground. You won't be able to see a lot of this. Just think belly to ground as your cue. Okay? Take that even further. Lengthen your arms. Bring your chest close to the floor. Now it's really starting to stretch right around my glute and my hamstring on the right leg. Imagine every time you're breathing out, getting a bit closer to the floor. Let's bring it back onto the elbows. Maybe introduce a little twist in the torso with the right arm vertical. Maybe even wrapping that right arm a bit more yoga-esque. Something else to focus on while the hip stretches out. Bring that right elbow back down and come back up onto your hands. Now that was a few different sequences, ranging from the easiest down here to the hardest so far, with the arm wrapped behind the back. Now to get out of the position, and to get ready to do the other side, tuck left toe, squeeze the left knee up off the ground, step back into your press-up position. You might want to refresh, maybe do a bit of a downward dog just to stretch out a bit. We'll do the same thing again on the opposite leg. So, left leg underneath on its side. Always just move around in the position to find somewhere where it will stick. And then we're untucking the right toe. And focusing in on that breath again. Might feel completely different on one side relative to the other. If you've got imbalances or injuries that you're recovering from. So little movements here and there can help you figure out how much space you've got. Okay, let's try using that back toe, sliding the right knee back a bit, getting lower to the ground. And we're dropping to the elbows, focusing on bringing the belly down low against the floor, stretching the arms out. Coming back up. Twisting to the left, put the left arm vertical. There's a little bit of core work going on here just to keep yourself square with the left side. So there's two things in one, even wrapping the left arm for something else to focus on while your hip gets stretched. And bring down onto the elbows, coming up onto the hands. Now, if all of that was still too easy for you, and you want somewhere else to progress to, you can try taking the hands off the floor. Now, here you might feel a bit in the back, so watch out for that, but it will strengthen that lower back region as well. Even harder, raise the arms up, keep your balance. And shifting the center of gravity as well, having the hands in front. Now it becomes more of a back workout than a hip stretch. You see where I'm going with it. Bring the hands down. To come out of it, tuck the right toe, squeeze the knee up, stepping back. Do a little downward dog, just stretch out. And come back down to kneeling. Now after all that, a really great release, a relaxation, is to have knees wide against the ground, just comfortably wide outside of hip width, and weave the left arm through, twisting, and stretching the right arm out in front. Coming up, do the same on the other side. Getting low to the ground and breathing through the belly. Coming up onto the hands. Walk your knees back together. And there you have it, folks. An in detail look at Pigeon, Swan pose, hip and glute stretch. Take each transition slowly and as feels comfortable, but not too comfortable. You do want a little bit of effort involved as well. That's one I often include at the end of a yoga session, but you can use it in the beginning as well if you've got some specific mobility needs. But it does work best once you're already a little bit warm. You won't find yourself getting low enough to the ground to feel much of a benefit if you're fresh and cold. Okay? Hope that helps. Check back on our channel for more videos coming soon, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!